Hi, I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day...
Hi!
You're good at making big announcements.
We're having a go!
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Jim Butler Auto's Southern Indiana High School basketball starts now.
It's a rare Saturday treat as we get set for mid-afternoon high school varsity basketball, boys edition, as New Albany Bulldogs at 9-8 on the season, 2-2 in Hoosier Hills Conference play, set to do battle with the Silver Creek Dragons, who are 8-10 on the year and 2-3 in Mid-Southern Conference play. Hello and welcome here into Silver Creek High School. I'm Justin Kalen alongside Paul Love. Coach, it's going to be a fun night of basketball, or day of basketball here at Silver Creek.
Yeah, it's strange for sure, Justin. No kidding. We talked about that earlier, but got two teams that are, they're desperate for a win right now. They need to get things going forward before the end of this season rolls around.
Absolutely, as the JV game just wrapping up here at Silver Creek, 45-31 win for New Albany in that contest as we get set to turn our attention to the varsity contest. We'll go ahead and step aside for a break here. We will come back on the other side and take a look. Actually, we will have a discussion with head coach Jim Shannon coming up on the other side of this break. Stick with us. You're listening to or watching Southern Indiana High School basketball right here on Glycod.
Hi, I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
I'm your cat, and ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like Meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Allstate agent Packy Page, with offices in Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville. To find out how Allstate can put you in good hands, or for a free quote, call Packy at 812-202-7271.
Back here at Silver Creek High School as we get you set for Southern Indiana high school basketball right here on Glycod. Justin Kalin back with you, and now joined by head coach Jim Shannon of the New Albany Bulldogs in his 24th season. Coach, it's been a tough go of it as of late, and that includes a tough loss at Providence last night. I'm sorry to make you rehash it, but give us a little insight of what happened last night.
Well, we got off to a pretty good start, at their place. I think we were down 1 at halftime. We had a really tough third quarter. They came out and I think hit maybe 7 of 8 shots, and they worked the ball really well and took good shots. And I felt like in our offense we had some good looks and didn't knock them down. And then once they got up 8, it went to 12 and real quick went to 16, and we never recovered from that. So tough place to play. Tough team to play. They always get up for us. There's no question about that. They played a great game last night, played really great defense, and, they just took it to us, and what else can you say? The better team last night won.
Absolutely. Providence, a pretty good team this season, no doubt about it, but you all over the years have been a good team as well. This year is included in that. You have shown stretches before the previous 5 of 6 games, which you've dropped. You all had won 4 straight. What was going well in that stretch that's not going well for your team now?
Well, I think that, we didn't have any injuries at the time. We had nobody sitting out. And, last night we had Justin Carter with a real bad hip pointer, whatever you want to call it. He's having a lot of trouble with it. And Jeremy Rose was out. So 2 of our top, 5, 6 guys really weren't Jeremy didn't play at all. He's going to try to play tonight. But Justin played at like 70%. And, if he's not going to play and Jeremy's not going to play, it's really tough for us to score points because it puts a lot of pressure on Tucker Biven and Jaden Thompson, our other 2 scorers. So anytime we've had to be without one of the 3, we were without Jaden a couple of games, we were without Jocelyn anytime it's been like that, we've really struggled. So we need everybody to be able to contend with really good teams.
Speaking of struggling, you all have not struggled in this series. 36-3 in the last 35 seasons against Silver Creek. What an impressive way to continue to dominate Silver Creek, and a winnable game tonight here as well.
Yeah, we have played well against them, and they've played well against us. We've won some really close games with them. And the last 4 years when they had their 2 Division I players and their 2 state championships, I think we might have gone 2-2 with them. So we felt pretty good about that because they were a fantastic ball club. And, losing a couple guys like they did, we've been through that because we lost Romeo Langford and Sean East a few years ago in 2018. Really difficult to replace a couple Division I players, and that's what they're having to do here, and that's what we've had to do now going on 3 or 4 years, and it makes it tough because everybody gets used to win and having a state caliber team, and then when it gets back to normal talent or whatever, then it's kind of hard on everybody. It's hard on the kids that have had to take over, it's hard on the fans, it's hard on coaches, but it's part of life, and you gotta be thankful and that you were blessed enough to have talent where you could contend for those things. But you often have to be realistic when the other kids come through that perhaps aren't Division I caliber, and you can't blame them. It gets real easy to want to point fingers and blame, but as a coach, I have to understand these kids are doing the best that they can. Of course, you'd like them to do a little better, but I'm not down on them by any stretch of the imagination, and I really enjoy coaching them, and we're just going to keep pushing forward and try to get this thing going in the right direction.
Absolutely, Coach. Well, best of luck tonight. Go out and get that win.
I'll try to. Thank you.
You're welcome. This is Justin Caden. We'll step aside for a break, come back on the other side, and we will continue our pregame as we get you set for Southern Indiana High School basketball right here on Glycod.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's gonna write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer. Nobody wants to be told that they have cancer. When you find out that you have cancer, you want to make sure and try to get it treated as quickly as possible. That's what Priority Radiology did for me. The time they saved me from fretting about it is something I can't repay. They got me my results within 3 hours. It's unheard of to get that kind of results that quick. I can't hardly tell you how important that was for my mental state. It really helped me get through that day.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
Welcome back here to Silver Creek High School as we continue to get you set for Southern Indiana High School basketball here on Glycod. Justin Kalen now joined by Silver Creek head coach Brandon Hoffman. Coach Hoffman got back on the winning ways last night against a very tough Scottsburg team, 46-42. Nice to get some momentum coming into this one tonight.
Yeah, anytime you can get a win on the road against a conference rival, it makes you feel good.
Absolutely. You got good production all around. You got Northern with 20 points. That's nothing out of the norm. You get that every night from Northern. But you got 10 points also from Cam Wheeler, all of those coming in the fourth quarter. How big was he in that one?
Oh, he was huge, you know. Brandon does a good job of setting guys up, and they just got to do they got to do their job and finish it as well. And Cam did that. He also did big shots for us from the perimeter. So, last night was a good finish for us, and a bunch of guys making plays.
Absolutely. Speaking of Northern, you continue to get great production out of him. How do you prod these guys to get production elsewhere other than Brandon Northern on a night in and night out basis?
Tried a little bit of everything. Just confidence, really. Just confidence, because they're going to get good looks and opportunities, and just confidence in them and confidence from Brandon in them too. So that's something we've been working on. I think we've gotten better at throughout the year.
Yeah, schedule-wise, another tough game for you tonight. Nothing out of the new. The last few years, you all have continued to play really tough schedule. A good New Albany team coming in. Not as good as they have been in the past, but still a good team nonetheless for you all tonight, and another tough test.
Yeah. Well, Wednesday we played Floyd Central, so this is our third game in 4 days against a really good team. So, Coach, New Albany's always been the gold standard, here the last 20 years since Coach has been here. And they got a really good team, really good players. It may not be the same as when we played last couple of years, less stars in the game, but, Tucker's a superstar. Carter's a budding star. He may be the most improved player in the area, in my opinion. So we're going to have our hands full.
Absolutely. Well, good luck tonight, Coach. All the best. Go get the win.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you. Justin Kalen. We'll take a step aside for a quick break. We'll come back on the other side and get you in touch with more pregame notes as we get you set for Southern Indiana High School basketball right here on Glycod.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it is not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities, the Department of Mental Health and Addictions, and Our Place.
Hi, I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
The second game of the season, I popped my shoulder out of socket, so I went to the doctor a few weeks later, and they referred me to priority radiology to get an arthrogram. It was about a day later that they told me the news that I tore my labrum. Since I got the results back so quick, I got to start doing physical therapy and everything quicker, which made my recovery process a lot quicker, and I'm thankful for priority radiology for getting the results back that fast.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
And back here at Silver Creek High School as we've got 7 minutes left on the scoreboard on our pregame clock as we continue to tick down and get you ready for Southern Indiana High School basketball this evening, as we now will get you set with your keys to the game. Tonight's keys to the game are presented by Mack Construction. Mack Construction provides safe, productive, quality workmanship in civil construction and excavation. Visit mackconstruction.com. Paul Love, Keys to the game, let's start with the New Albany Bulldogs. I think first and foremost, they've got to contain Northern.
That's the big thing, I think, for them tonight. I think they're also just watching them play last night. They need to cut down on the turnovers and get a little bit better shots offensively. Making shots, I heard Coach say even, that's really key for them to be successful.
Yeah, absolutely. On the other side of things for Silver Creek, they've got to get production outside of Northern as well as control the tempo here in this one tonight as well.
Yeah, they won a big game last night, a come from behind victory over Scottsburg. So they got a little momentum going in here, but they really do. Northern is the man here. I mean, he's got all the records. We might talk about that a little bit later as well. But he's been playing for a long time, played with the state championship teams and all that. He is their man. If I suspect Smells will be guarding him. Yeah. Smells is basically the key defender for the Bulldogs, so I got a feeling he's going to be in Northern's underwear, if you will.
Yep. So we will see where that production comes from outside of Northern. I touched on it with Coach Hoffman in the interview, but they got 10 points from Cam Wheeler last night, all those coming in the fourth quarter. So a big performance. That's exactly what they need, something similar to that tonight for Silver Creek.
I certainly agree with you, but also they need to get a little bit more production out of Walker Hoffman. I assume he's okay. But when I read the paper today, he was not listed as scoring a point. So, he's just a freshman, big kid and all that. Coach's son, but nevertheless, they need some production, as you said, from not just Northern, but from 4 other guys at least.
Absolutely. We'll see how it all plays out as that'll wrap up the Keys to the Game segment. We'll step aside for a break here, come back on the other side and give you some storylines as we get you set for Southern Indiana high school basketball here on Glycod.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd's Knobs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Dubuque County Fair is about to get its face melted! Yeah!
1 second. I guess their faces are safe.
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up.
Shut up, Jeff. I don't need your help.
Just like what happened in Pittsburgh.
Never mention Pittsburgh!
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
Hi, I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glycod.
And And back here at Silver Creek High School as we tick down closer to zeros on the scoreboard as we get set for Southern Indiana High School basketball here tonight. Justin Kalen alongside Paul Love as we now will take a look at our storylines for the game. One major storyline in this one, Coach. It's about both these teams' movements in the right direction as this regular season winds down. Got to start grabbing some wins as we head into the playoffs.
It is winding down. Both teams after tonight or after this afternoon will have 4 games left. Yep. So, you know, if they're going to get it going, now's the time. So you want to enter the sectional play playing the best basketball that you can possibly play. And neither one of those teams tonight or this afternoon, it's so different to be here this afternoon. Yeah. It really is. But nevertheless, they're both in a similar situation where, you know, they're not having their best season they're used to, but they need to get better if they're going to compete in this regional or sectional.
We will see how it all plays out as we'll step aside for our final pregame break. Come back on the other side and get you your starting lineup and opening tip. Stick with us. You're watching boys varsity basketball right here on Glycod.
Hi, I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voyner's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Family-owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
One fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
What? No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
From Glycod, it's Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball. Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, striving to keep you driving. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable since 1952. By Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page, he puts you in good hands. By the Clark County Health Department, promoting a safe and healthy community. ClarkHealth.net. By Community Action of Southern Indiana, helping people, changing lives. By Centra Credit Union, Carter Family Dentistry in New Albany, State Farm Insurance Agent Teresa Lamb, Our Place, Burns Garage, Priority Radiology, and Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll. Now to courtside for all the action from Glycod on Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball.
And back here at Silver Creek High School, Justin Kalen alongside Paul Love as we have wrapped up our national anthem, and now we are on to our starting lineups for this evening. First, the New Albany starters being announced as they're going to trot out Jaden Thompson, the 6'4" senior forward. Chase Lush will be the second one off the bench. Maddox Schmeltz, Tucker Biven, also 2 starters, and the final starter off the bench for New Albany is Justin Carter, who head coach Brandon Hoffman said in our pregame, one of the most improved players in this area.
He really is, and he lit it up last night. The little run that New Albany had last night, it was because of his play, both outside and inside. Really good athlete.
First one off the bench for Silver Creek is Northern. He is going to be followed out by Trey Shane, the 6-foot senior do-it-all man for the Dragons this season, whether that's on the football gridiron or the basketball floor. Zach Stricker, the third one off the bench now for Silver Creek. 6'2" senior forward for Coach Hoffman. He will be followed out by number 33, Nate Davidson, the 6-foot sophomore who's got a good role on this team. And the final starter is going to be 6'5" freshman Walker Hoffman, a guy you alluded to in our pregame. He's got to play well tonight for the Dragons.
Big lefty, big kid, especially for a freshman playing. But, he's got a nice stroke and takes up a lot of space under the basket. He's sometimes hard to guard.
And it's going to be Hoffman tipping the ball here as Silver Creek in their white uniforms with the blue trim, orange lettering. New Albany in their black road uniforms with the white lettering and numbering and the red and white trim as well, as it's going to be Justin Carter jumping it up against Hoffman. And we are just about underway here tonight as the referees whistle, walking to the center circle. Good crowd here on tap despite Silver Creek's girls basketball team playing in the regional championship tonight, as Silver Creek going to win the tip here in this one. Northern with the basketball, passing it to his right. He will have the ball in his hands a lot as he is north of 26 points per game. A miss down low, however, by Stricker that time. And Stricker, if there is a running mate for Brandon Northern, it would be Zach Stricker. He's put up good numbers this season as well.
He missed a bunny just now.
He did.
Golly, he should have made that shot.
As now New Albany going to get it down low, and they get it to their big fella, Tucker Bibbin, but he's unable to finish. New Albany, however, does get the offensive rebound. And that three splashed home by Jaden Thompson. He is the third leading scorer on this team, but a great start there. As Northern tries to answer, no luck. Back to the Bulldogs it goes.
Northern, he has no limit as far as how far out he can shoot. He'll put it up if he's open, period.
That was evidenced in that Floyd Central game the other night that you could catch right here on Glycod, splashing home 3 threes. 2 of those 3 significantly behind the three-point arc. As this is New Albany back with the basketball here as Biven tries to go down low, and they say step on the end line.
He did. That's Chris Cook refereeing. He umpires. I umpire some high school baseball. I just looked up, and it's him.
I was wondering why you chuckled when they announced the referees tonight.
Yeah, he's a good umpire.
Good deal. As Silver Creek now back with the basketball, trailing by 3. Here's Hoffman with it. He turns around. Tough finish as he tried to get that up and over Chase Lush. Lush's height altered the shot. Lush 6'4", by the way, for New Albany. As here is Biven, the University of Louisville baseball commit. Slides it to his left. Gets it for Maddox Schmeltz, who now kicks it out for Jaden Thompson. He'll fire again. This time can't connect. As Northern quickly going to push tempo. Stricker had a good look at 3 there, but passes it up. Now he'll try a step back, and he gets that to go.
3, Stricker. Assist to Northern.
Knotted up now at 3 apiece. We're just over 2 minutes through this first quarter of play. Carter will get a good look at 3. Can't knock it down. And back to the Dragons it'll go.
Talk about making shots. That's a wide open look. You need to knock those down.
Several wide open looks in the early going of this one. Perhaps the 4:30 start time has something to do with that.
And playing back-to-back,
Yep.
night before and afternoon following.
Well, this is Silver Creek's 3rd game in the last 4 nights. As Northern will get to the rack, and a good athletic finish there by him. Had 20 points in their win last night at Scottsburg.
Averaging about 26 points, I think, in the industrial.
Yep, just north of 26. Great player for Silver Creek. As they lead by 2 here, 5-3. 3 minutes through this first quarter of play. As there's a good look by New Albany, and they're able to connect on that one as Chase Lush knocks it down. It's his first bucket of the night. Northern slashing inside, leaves it off for Shane, who cannot finish. That is one Shane will finish 10 times out of 10, but he was unable to do it that time, and a great find by Northern.
Yeah, good no-look pass. Northern's going to draw a lot of attention. I haven't really focused in yet to see if Smills is actually guarding him, but, he's going to draw a lot of attention, just like Bivin does on the other side.
Walker Hoffman and Nate Davidson both come out of the game for Silver Creek, as it's Cameron Wheeler into the game, as is number 0, Hayden Garton. Garton can shoot, can't leave him open, as the missed bucket on the other end by New Albany. Stricker going to try to get all the way to the hoop, but he can't finish. Good aggressive take there, as it's stolen away by Northern. Up and down we go. Quick pace here in this one to start it out, as we've got just over 4 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Northern will slide it to Stricker, who fires another 3, and he misses on that one. Number of good looks from deep tonight for both of these teams thus far, as Carter going to use his athleticism to get into the lane and finish. 6'4" junior Carter, as Northern going to come right down and answer himself. And we are going to get a timeout taken by Coach Hoffman and the Dragons. We'll step aside and take one with them, as we're knotted up at 7. 3:50 left in the first quarter of play. Stick with us. You're watching boys varsity basketball right here on Glycod.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glycod.
And back here at Silver Creek High School, it is 7-7. As we are right in the midst of our first quarter of play, about halfway through your Southern Indiana High School basketball action here on Glycod. As back and forth we have gone, as Bivin will fire up the shot, misses everything. And very rare you see Bivin miss a shot that poorly.
If you watch, though, Justin, he did not go straight up. He was leaning on the shot, and that's not good fundamental.
As Northern will bring it up now for Silver Creek, trying to get them the lead. As here's Shane with it, slides it to his left for Northern. He'll pull up here as he decides to instead pass. There's Garton on the 3, and he'll hit it. You cannot give Hayden Garton that much space along the perimeter. The sophomore will knock it down more times than not. Now Carter, his team trailing by 3. He thought about a 3. Now cross-court pass, and Shane erasing it down and nearly able to save it as he tumbles into the second row of the bleachers. Great effort, but New Albany will keep possession.
Yeah, New Albany lucky to keep possession that time. Good hustle by Shane.
And great job reading the passing lane as well. As Carter going to get it into the hands. Thought that was Bivin. Instead, it's Maddox Schmeltz with it now. That's Carter. He thought about an elbow free throw line jumper. Instead, now drives in, and he is going to get fouled.
You're going to call it on the floor, not a shooting foul. Not too sure I agree with that, but that's the call that was made. Out of bounds, New Albany.
That was Cameron Wheeler. I thought they got Cameron Wheeler on the foul. Instead, they got Brandon Northern. Just the second foul on Silver Creek here in the first quarter. New Albany was still 0 team fouls up on the scoreboard. As driving inside with it, and up and off the glass. That's a tough shot there by Jaden Thompson, and the second time he's been able to finish tonight. Makes it 10-9, Silver Creek leading. 2 minutes left here in this first quarter of play. As Shane has it here. Slide it to the left. Garton thought about another 3. Now he gets it taken away. And we are going to get, what they call foul there?
Yeah, going to call foul. Hack on the wrist.
As that will be the first team foul against New Albany. Colby Martin with us tonight, by the way, producing and doing some camera work, pulling double duty once again, so we appreciate Colby being here with us as well. As Northern, I thought he was going to shoot that. It's now under 2 minutes to play as Shane driving in. Kicks it out, Davidson's three, misses everything, but Hoffman with a rebound. That's what Hoffman can give you down low with that size. Keep possessions alive as now Northern will fire it up. And no good as it's rebounded initially by the Bulldogs. But Davidson gets on the ground and takes it back for Silver Creek. Now Northern, good Euro step, but he can't finish in the lane. Nice job getting to the rack, but couldn't knock it in. Speed of Brandon Northern, I think, really surprises a lot of teams. As trying to go over the top, nobody home.
No, one of those unforced turnovers by New Albany, just an ill-advised pass.
It's their second of the game by my count, and they still trail by just one at 10-9.
Got future Brooks now coming into the game.
What a name.
Yeah.
He'd be on the all-name team in Southern Indiana.
I believe you're right. Tommy Devine in now, too. He started the game last night against Providence instead of Carter.
Carter led the way last night for New Albany, 9 points. As Cooper Murley also into the game for Silver Creek. That's him with the basketball now as he nearly gets it taken away, but then he just throws it away as Stricker is unable to corral it.
Right between the wickets, out of bounds. That's first turnover for Silver Creek. I've got 2 against New Albany. So fairly well played game as far as turnovers.
3 turnovers, 3 fouls in this first quarter. It's been a briskly played first quarter as we've got just 45 seconds left.
Not a lot of points either. So
New Albany trailing by 1 at 10-9 as Carter gets to the rack. Great job using his athleticism, but unable to finish as Davidson comes back the other direction now. That's Northern with the basketball in his hands. Gets it open for Stricker, and he connects again.
3, Stricker. This is Northern.
That is his second 3 of the night, and Silver Creek all of a sudden up by 4 at 13-19. New Albany will hold for the final shot here. Down to 10 seconds. Northern waiting there for Biven. Biven going to pull up behind the perimeter and hits it. What a shot as that makes it 13-12. And a ball out of bounds on the inbounds pass, but time will expire. And that will bring us to an end of our first quarter of play. Silver Creek 13, New Albany 12. We'll step aside for quick breaks. Come back on the other side with more Southern Indiana High School varsity basketball action right here on Glycod.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's gonna write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
The second quarter of action at Silver Creek High School as they hold on to the slimmest of leads as we begin this second quarter, 13-12. They lead over the New Albany Bulldogs. Fun first quarter of action there, Paul.
It was. Not very many points scored.
Nope.
But, you know, both teams with 5 field goals, shooting 36% for New Albany and 42% for Silver Creek.
Yeah, New Albany on the year only averaging 52.5 points per game, so not too much of a surprise in that first quarter as they're somewhat on that pace here tonight. Silver Creek, by the way, averaging 60.6 points per game. As that is the Dragons with possession of the basketball now. as they get it down low for Hoffman, and how about that for a tough finish? That's his first bucket of the night.
Especially for a freshman.
And now a three on the other end is knocked through. That was future Brooks coming in, making his name known right away as he knocks down the three. All of a sudden, we're tied up at 15. And a walk called on Northern there. Don't see many of those mistakes by Brandon Northern.
Really are tied up, Justin. 6 field goals for both, 3 3-point buckets for both, so about as even as you can get it, 15 all.
Ball inbounded for Bivin now as he crosses the timeline. And Northern going to jump the pass and take it away, and he will finish at the other end.
That's those mistakes I was telling you about. Just a careless turnover.
Northern now up to 6 points. Him and Zach Stricker both with 6 for Silver Creek in the early going as they lead by 2, 17-15. That's Bivin with it now, spinning inside, gets it off for Carter. He finishes and one. Nice job there by Bivin. Looked like he wanted to go up with it, instead found his teammate Carter as he was cutting to the basket. Good alertness there by Bivin.
I really like that strategy, too, having Bivin post up down below. Bigger, size, stronger than the defender, and can't guard him like you can out there on the perimeter.
Carter with the free throw, cannot connect, however. Back comes Silver Creek the other direction. There's Trey Shane with it. Now on top the key for Stricker. Stricker, Northern in the corner, wide open three, but can't knock it down. And a good outlet pass by Bivin up to Carter, who slams it home. Wow, that was quick.
Put a little excitement in the game.
That was quick as New Albany all of a sudden back on top, 19-17.
That was that baseball pitcher throwing the long pass to Carter down court.
Trey Shane thought about a three, instead gets it off for Stricker. Ended up being a great decision as it winds up with a 2, and this game's tied again. Stricker now leads Silver Creek with 8 points as Brooks takes another 3. This time misses off to the left. Just over 5 minutes left here in this first half. Knotted up at 19 apiece. As Stricker step back 3. That was maybe a heat check there, but he can't convert. Back come Bivin and the Bulldogs. That's Jaden Thompson getting it inside now for Bivin, who once again is going to post up. This time he'll take it himself, and the shot's no good. I thought Thompson was going to have a chance at the putback. He couldn't get it either as Northern gets it to go. They're going to say that's on the ground, though.
That's a good call.
Wow.
He got hammered.
That was close.
Harassed all the way down the lane. He made the shot, though. Give him credit for that.
Brandon Northern, he's one of those players. He will finish through contact. He takes a lot of it.
For his size, what do you put him at? Maybe 5'9", 10", something like that?
Maybe closer to 6. Yeah, I want to give him 6 foot, but he wasn't all that much taller than me.
I don't think he can get it.
As it's going to be a traveling call here against Silver Creek, so back to New Albany it'll go.
That evens up
4:44.
that evens up the turnovers at 3 each. It's a well-played game.
Yeah. Still just 5 team fouls up on the board.
Silver Creek's 8 for 19 from the field. New Albany 8 for 18.
Jeremy Rose, a 5'11 sophomore now in the game for New Albany. Heard Coach Shannon talk in his pregame interview how Rose did not play last night. He's going to attempt to give it a go tonight, and a great pass right off jump as he gets it inside for Carter, who finishes off the glass. Carter now up to 8 points for New Albany. As the 3 here by Davidson, no good, but we get a foul down low. I believe that's going to go against Silver Creek and will.
Like you pointed out, not many fouls called in the game. It's 3 against Silver Creek and 2 against New Albany. Total of 5 fouls.
I'll take it.
Have shot 1 free throw so far in the whole game.
21-19, New Albany leading. As we're halfway through this second quarter of action. if they can't add on to their 2-point lead here. As Bivin will fire a three. Looked like it was on line, but misses as Shane pulls down the rebound. Now Northern will try to get to the rack. Tough go of it, and he thought he was fouled, but he can't finish. Now Carter will slam it down again.
Basket Carter.
And he's up to 10 points now. First one in double digits tonight. New Albany leading by 4, 23-19.
That would be the biggest lead of the game, I think.
Yep. I think Silver Creek had a 4-point lead.
Yeah.
Now New Albany with their own 4-point lead. As Northern in for Davidson. Great shot fake as he's able to get to the rack and finish.
Nice hesitation move on the drive and the layup. They're letting Carter go here. Ooh.
And he gets it taken away. Northern with quick hands, but he gives it right back. And now the floater up and in. That's knocked through by Tommy Devine. 25-21, under 3 minutes to play in this first half. As Northern gets the finish.
How did he make that?
He wanted a foul on that one as well. I thought that might have been deserved.
How did he make the shot is what I want to know. Wow.
Great effort.
Good body control.
He's now up to 8. Carter again going to attack the rack. No good. Gets his own rebound and earns a couple free throws upcoming. The aggressiveness tonight. Justin Carter.
Be the second free throw shot with 2:39 left in the second quarter.
That's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. See if the left-hander can make it.
Friendly roll on that one.
Hits a lot of iron, but goes in.
Hoffman comes back in. Cam Wheeler back to the Dragon sideline. Change for New Albany as well as Jaden Thompson set the check back in as Carter knocks down both free throws. He's up to 12 points here in this first half, nearly half of New Albany's points as they lead 27-23.
Just a junior is Carter.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking ahead.
As driving baseline is Trey Shane as he is going to get hacked on his way up. Hats off to Trey Shane, one of the smaller players on the floor right now, but he drove right into the trees.
Gave that baseline away, did Jaden Thompson.
Trey Shane, 2 shots.
Shane, a really good athlete here at Silver Creek. Really enjoy watching him as he's able to knock down the first free throw here. Cooper Murley back in the contest now for the Dragons as Nate Davidson will head to the sideline. Shane with the basketball here, fires it up, and can only get 1 of 2 here. Ball batted around, but Northern comes away with it. He'll shoot a wide open 3, but can't connect. Could have been a huge swing there if Northern was able to splash that 3. Would have knotted this game up. Alas, New Albany continuing to lead by 3. Now make it 5 as Tommy Devine once again floats it up and in. 29-24. As Northern no good. Gets his own offensive rebound. Now goes up. And good grief, Brandon Northern in the middle of 3 New Albany players. Still trying to finish as Bivin gets it knocked away, and they're going to call a foul.
Bivin gets to that free throw line a lot. Rigged strong kid for sure. Only had 4 points last night against Providence.
Yeah, that was unusual.
Might have been his career low as far as I know.
Yeah, I saw those numbers and I was like, wow.
Of course, again, he always draws the strongest defensive player from the other team.
They're going to say this foul was on the floor, so no free throws for Bivin. As Carter makes his way back out there, Jaden Thompson will head to the Bulldogs sideline. That's Carter with the basketball now. As he gives it out on top for Rose. Now into the left corner, the right corner rather. That was Tommy Devine, now in the hands of Carter. And he'll just reset.
They're happy to be ahead by 5 points, aren't
Absolutely.
they? Yeah.
We're down to 90 ticks left here in this first half. Make sure you stick with us at halftime as we will give you a full halftime report. All kinds of individual stats, team stats as well. as well as just touch on what went down here in this first half as New Albany continuing to possess the basketball with 70 seconds left now in the half. They're going to utilize some patience as Coach Shannon tells Rose to come all the way back to the midcourt line. Now Carter has some space, and he finishes down low. What an effort. And a great play design there as they cleared out the lane. Carter just went to work, and we will get a timeout taken with 55 seconds left in this first half. We'll step aside for a quick break as well. You're watching boys varsity basketball right here on Glycod.
I'm your cat, and ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glycod.
And New Albany leading 31-24 as we've got less than a minute to go in our first half of play. Justin Kalin and Paul Love, as Coach, you just brought up, biggest lead of the game for either team. New Albany ahead by 7 here as Northern's 3 misses.
Look for New Albany to take the last shot here if they can hang on to the ball.
And they've got to do so for 30 seconds here, but Murley going to try to muddy it up defensively against Rose, but Rose is able to find it back out for Carter. Down to 20 seconds.
Well, we'll eventually get in the hands of Bivens or Carter, I'm betting.
There it is in the hands of Biven now right at the midcourt line, down to 7. Now 5 as he tries to drive on Northern. Step back 3. Biven got it. And that is a tough shot that will bring us to an end of our first half of play. New Albany with their biggest lead of the night, 34-24, as we head to our halftime break. Stick with us. We will come back. All kinds of halftime analysis for you. You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball right here on Glycod.
Dubuque County Fair is about to get its face melted! Yeah! 1 second.
I guess their faces are safe.
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up.
Shut up, Jeff. I don't need your help.
Just like what happened in Pittsburgh.
Never mention Pittsburgh!
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Centra Credit Union, centered around you. Find out about online banking and other services by visiting Centra.org.
And back here at Silver Creek High School as we are right in the middle of our halftime break here this evening. 34-24. New Albany leading up on the scoreboard as they utilized a 22-11 second quarter of action to really pull them in front after they had trailed by 13-12 after the first quarter of play. Paul, a lot of fun in that first half of basketball action here tonight.
Shooting the basketball is what it's all about, and Coach Shannon knows that. They did not shoot it well last night. Tonight, they're 14 of 28 from the field, 50%. So they got the offense going a little bit for a change.
Well, there you go. You brought up the numbers. Let's just jump right into them as tonight's halftime numbers are brought to you by Centra Credit Union. They're centered around you. Let's first look at our team statistics this evening.
Well, we mentioned the fact New Albany shot 50%, 14 of 28. They were 9 of 16 in that big second quarter, 56% there. Free throws, I had them at 2 for 3, 67%. 4 from 9 beyond the arc at 44%. Looking at Silver Creek, did not shoot the ball well at all. Pretty much 38% for the half, 10 of 26. 3 of 10 from beyond the arc, 30%. 1 for 2, free throws, 50%. Not many free throws shot in that first half, of course. I have the rebounding edge slightly in New Albany's favor, 15-13. And the turnovers, very clean game. Both teams I have with 3 turnovers.
That's pretty incredible. Just 3 turnovers in the first half. Didn't have a whole lot of fouling either, as it was a briskly played first half, no doubt about it. As we'll now look at our individual scoring numbers. Both teams with 6 guys finding the basket in that first half. For New Albany, they were led by Justin Carter, who poured in 14 points. Tucker Biven also added 6. Jaden Thompson with 5. Future Brooks with 3. Chase Lush with 2. And Tommy Devine chipped in 4 points as well for Jim Shannon's Bulldogs. For Silver Creek, Hayden Garten with 3 points. Walker Hoffman with 2. Trey Shane with 1. Brandon Northern and Zach Stricker led the way with 8 points apiece. And Nate Davidson with 2 points. As there's a look at your individual and team scoring numbers from that first half of play. What are you expecting in the second half?
Well, for New Albany, I bet Coach Shannon is saying do it the same way. Yep. You know, too many times I think this year they've come back in the second half and had a letdown, if you will, and not scored that many points. So, had a really good first half, I thought, and need to keep that going. As far as Silver Creek, again, it just goes back to making baskets. They're getting good looks. They're just not making them. And I think they're relying a little too much on Northern again. He seems to be forcing things quite a bit, even for himself. So maybe get back to that team aspect of ball and get some help from Northern somewhere on the floor.
Yeah, Zach Stricker has poured in 8 points, but I agree, got to have more help outside of Northern. Let's go ahead and step aside for another break here. We'll come back on the other side. Few more news and notes as we get you set for the second half of play. Stick with us. You're watching Southern Indiana Varsity High School basketball right here on Glycod.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voyner's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Family owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
And back here at Silver Creek High School as we have got just under 2 minutes left in our halftime break here this evening. 34-24, New Albany clinging to a lead here as both teams are wrapping up their final warm-ups before we get set for our second half. Let's go ahead and slide away for one more break here, and we will come back on the other side and get you set for the second half of action. Stick with us. You're listening to Southern Indiana varsity basketball right here on Glycod.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
This second shift, this old pair of pants, this staycation, this brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it, to protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
And back here at Silver Creek High School, Justin Kalen, Paul Love, Colby Martin producing and on camera tonight as we are just about set for the second half of action. New Albany using a big second quarter to take a 10-point lead to the halftime break. How does Silver Creek claw their way back into this, Paul?
Well, again, they got to get help for Northern. They've had some people score some points and all that, but basically, you know, New Albany's done what we talked about was the key of the game. They've pretty well held him under check throughout most of that first half. For New Albany, they just can't have a letdown this second half now.
We'll see how it all plays out as we are underway in the second half of action. Mid-afternoon high school basketball here in Southern Indiana. Made the decision due to Silver Creek's girls team playing in the regional tonight as they will take on Gibson Southern, and a great start to the half for Zach Stricker as he's now up in double digits with 10 points.
A little pressure, full half court, three-quarter anyway.
And making them work for it here as Thompson with the deep two. Can't get the roll. As Garton with a sloppy pass is going to be taken away by Carter, but then he loses it off of his knee. Coach Shannon not a fan of the call. Coach Jim Shannon, by the way, in his 24th season with New Albany, 438 wins to just 135 losses as head coach of the Bulldog. Overall, 603 wins, 274 losses in his 38th year. Sixth current winningest coach in the state of Indiana. As his team leads by 8, 34-26. As Northern kicks it out for Davidson. Thought he was going to shoot that. Instead, he drives in, and a great decision.
Basket Davidson.
Watch that letdown now, second half for New Albany.
Gets that deficit back to 6 now, as nearly forcing another turnover as Carter and Northern are fighting for it. And Carter comes away with it. He goes to the hoop, and he's going to be hit hard right across the face. Should be a couple free throws upcoming here.
He's been in the free throw line quite a bit here.
Yes.
He takes it to the hole hard, and I like the call. He got fouled.
Stricker. His second team's first.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to call anything initially. I would have had a huge problem with that.
He made his last 2 at the line.
And he'll make this one as well. A good-looking stroke.
He does. A good-looking ball player. Just a junior.
Second one is up and good as well. So he's now up to 16 points on the night. As Northern drives inside, and he will finish.
How did he slither through that?
I ask myself every time Northern drives to the bucket. As Silver Creek forces a turnover, they trail by 6, trying to make it 4. Behind the back pass from Shane to Northern, but he can't finish. And then Northern whistled for a foul. Wow. Trey Shane with the glitter trying to make it fancy, but Northern couldn't make it pay off, as it will remain a 6-point lead for New Albany at 36-30.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, easily breaking the press up and in.
What I like about that is how they attack the 2-2-1 full court press. You don't get yourself in a corner and trap, you throw it long.
That was Lush on that finish for New Albany, as he's now got 4 points on the night. New Albany's done a nice job denying Brandon Northern tonight as well. A lot of times they've wanted to get him the basketball and haven't been able to.
Smills got the assignment just like we thought.
As Garton thought about a 3. Now that's Davidson driving in with it. He leaves it off for Shane, and a good athletic finish there by Shane as he uses some finesse to roll it in and earns a free throw as well. Just 1 point in that first half for Trey Shane, so already getting production outside of Northern here to start the second half. That's exactly what we were asking for.
Just the 3rd free throw attempt for Silver Creek. They're 1 for 2 in the first half.
Jeremy Rose back on the floor now for New Albany. As Shane's free throw is up and in, Maddox Schmeltz heading to the New Albany sideline. And they will continue to utilize that full court press, nearly get the takeaway that time. As now driving in, and that's going to be an offensive foul as Carter dipped that shoulder right into the chest of Brandon Northern. 38-33, New Albany leading by 5, as we are going to get a timeout taken here with 5:27 left in the quarter. We'll step aside for one as well. You're watching Southern Indiana varsity basketball right here on Glycod.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glycod.
.527 left here in this third quarter of play. As New Albany leading by 5, 38-33, but it is Silver Creek basketball coming out of this timeout. They trailed by 10 at the halftime break, so good fight coming out of the locker rooms. And they can cut it even lower than that here.
New Albany going to that zone defense now.
Not sure I like that decision with the way that the Silver Creek team can shoot. As here will be a wide open look for Stricker. And right on cue, Stricker's able to knock it in. He's now up to 13. He leads the way for Silver Creek. Tough finish down low, no good. And we are going to get a foul on the floor. I think Nate Davidson just picked up a foul while he was laying with his back on the ground. And Coach Hoffman confused with the call, trying to get an explanation.
There's a pile up down there. It's kind of hard to see what was going on.
The third team foul against Silver Creek, as another offensive foul going against Justin Carter, as he might have once again utilized that shoulder to bump right into the chest of Brandon Northern.
Not a good start second half for New Albany. That's their 3rd turnover. Silver Creek came out and made their first 3 baskets, and now they got the lead cut down from 10 down to 2-point lead.
It was a meltdown last night as well from New Albany, as we heard Coach Shannon talk about in the pregame interview. They were down just 1 at the halftime break, but before falling big time. And yeah, great shot there by Davidson. He's up to 6 points on the night. And all of a sudden we are tied up. How about a 14-4 run by Silver Creek out of the break? And they will continue to add on as Northern will finish on the other end. Wow. This game has been turned on its head in a hurry, as now a good outlet by Biven will allow New Albany to beat the press, but they trail by 2. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. As Biven gets hit hard down on that baseline. I think they're going to get Northern here. That might be number 3 on him. Oh, they get Stricker.
How do you get that kind of turnaround? They make 7 out of their first 8 field goals in the second half.
Future Brooks.
Coupled with New Albany's 4 turnovers.
Last foul on Stricker, by the way, number 3 on him, as Bryce Henderson makes his way into the ballgame for the first time tonight for Silver Creek, number 11 in white. New Albany trailing by 2. They have the basketball now as Carter asking for a screen. Will slide it to his right. Thompson 3, no good. And Trey Shane tracks down the rebound for the Dragons. Now Henderson will leave it off for Brandon Northern. Henderson got a pretty good run the other night against Floyd Central. As Stricker, that's cross-court pass for Northern. Inside for Davidson. And Stricker will fire the 3, and he hits again. His 4th three-pointer tonight, and we are going to get a timeout taken as Silver Creek 43-38 up on the scoreboard as we've got 3:17 left in the third quarter. Stick with us. Silver Creek surging here. You're watching Southern Indiana high school basketball right here on Glycod.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
And back here at Silver Creek High School, where it's the Dragons surging out of the halftime break. They trailed by 10. Now they lead by 5 at 43-38. New Albany utilizing a timeout. See if they're able to cut that deficit. As Biven will fire the 3. No good. Hoffman with the rebound. Great effort by Silver Creek coming out of the break here tonight. As you mentioned, making lots of shots and taking advantage of those New Albany turnovers. As Northern with a tough fadeaway, can't get it to go. Now Biven crosses the timeline with it. Good pass down low for Thompson, but he can't finish. Second effort, no good either. And back comes Silver Creek the other direction. And a great hop through by Trey Shane. He'll wind up in a wide open 3, but can't connect. As Carter finally stops the bleeding momentarily for New Albany, as he's got his 18th point of the night. Hoffman, however, gets fouled on the other end. Silver Creek continuing to try to just get it to the rack here in the second half, and it's paid dividends thus far with 2:09 left in the quarter.
8 of 9 from the field. Wow. And then start the second. That's been the problems for New Albany quite a few games this year. They somehow or another just implode in that second half.
As Hoffman's first free throw is up and no good. One more opportunity here as Tommy Devine makes his way back out onto the floor. Jaden Thompson will head over to the New Albany sideline. Hoffman waiting patiently at the free throw stripe. Gets it now. And can't connect on that one either. Dad's not going to be too happy with that one over on that Silver Creek sideline. As Rose on the three, he can't get it to go. But another offensive rebound before throwing it away. Henderson took it up, then collided with the referee over there. Looks like both guys are fine.
Whose ball is this? What I want to know.
I think they're going to say New Albany basketball. However unfair that may be, as he was standing right in the way of Henderson. They're going to have a discussion about it. Northern certain to think it's Silver Creek basketball, but they are going to give it to New Albany here. Bulldogs trailing by 3, 43-40 with under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Piven gets the basketball and then wipes that right hand on his shorts. Piven a deep three, and he connects and gets fouled by Trey Shane as well.
You talk about strength.
Wow.
That was a strong move.
And almost baited Trey Shane into just jumping with him. Once he did, all Piven had to do was make the shot. He was getting free throws regardless. Fortunately for him, the shot goes through, and he will have a chance at a 4-point play, but he can't make it happen. Tucker Piven with 9 points tonight, all of his points coming from the 3-point range. As Shane with another three. Once again.
On the line, but nice rebound by the big guy.
And he can't finish either. So we'll stay knotted up here at 43 apiece. Carter to Piven. That time wide open, but couldn't finish. Last touch by the Bulldogs. Back to the Dragons it goes. I thought we were going to have a timeout. Instead, it's just substitutions.
43 all. Pretty close game. What do you think?
Absolutely. It was about as close as you can get.
It's a good ball game. It turned into a better ball game, I think, in the second half. Even though it favors Silver Creek, obviously, with a big turn. They were behind 10 points at halftime. And, boy, it didn't take long to start making the shots, though they've missed their last 4. So here we go, back and forth.
They got to make it interesting for us going down the stretch.
Makes my stats look crazy.
So we're just over a minute left to play here in quarter number 3.
Nice
Good pass inside, and Zach Stricker continues to score as he gets another one up and in. Now 10 points in this second half. Zach Stricker up to 18 points. How about that? We were asking for production outside of Northern. Zach Stricker has stepped up, and then Trey Shane with the steal. Stricker gets it across the timeline. Garton thought about a three and kicks it in for Wheeler, who scores his first bucket of the night, coming off 10 points last night. Now 47-43, Silver Creek leading as Rose's three no good. Now Northern down under 20. He drives to the rack, couple free throws upcoming. What an effort by Silver Creek here in this third quarter. Outscoring New Albany by 14 up to this point.
Round number 5, Jeremy Rose.
Cooper Murley set the check back in the game for the Dragons. Looks like Jaden Thompson and Maddox Schmeltz over on that New Albany sideline set the check in. As Northern's first free throw is up and in. Jeremy Rose will come out for New Albany, as will future Brooks. Walker Hoffman coming out of the game for Silver Creek.
It's not an unfamiliar place for Northern to be.
Nope.
The way he drives the ball to the basket.
Normally has a lot of success at the free throw line as well. Struggled in that game against Floyd Central the other night, but he's able to knock down 2 of them here. That gets him up to 14 points in the ball game.
Got it switched now, 6-point lead for the Dragons. 16 seconds left in the third quarter.
Northern will head to the Silver Creek sideline for the final duration of this third quarter. As that's Piven with it now, crossing the timeline with 8 seconds left. He's going to try to drive to his right, down to 4. Now down to 2, kicks it out, good looking 3, and not able to connect. A great look for Tommy Devine, but he couldn't make it count. as that'll bring us to an end of our third quarter. Silver Creek using a huge third quarter to jump on top by 6, 49-43. We'll have the fourth quarter coming up for you on the other side. You're listening or watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
Set for the fourth quarter of action now, as it's Silver Creek 49, New Albany 43. The Dragons utilizing a 25-9 third quarter to grab control of this game after they trailed by 10 at halftime. Game of runs here tonight, Paul, as it was a 22-11 second quarter for New Albany before that 25-9 third quarter for Silver Creek. See what happens here in the fourth, as it's going to be a miss to start things off for New Albany. Here's Cooper Murley that was driving baseline as he's bumped, sixth team foul against New Albany, so free throws the rest of the way for Silver Creek.
To answer your question about the difference in scoring, Silver Creek 10 of 15 from the field, 67%. New Albany just 3 of 12, 25%.
That'll do it. As Northern, good stack screen there on the baseline out of bounds play, but Northern's unable to knock through the three. He's had several really good looks from deep tonight, just hasn't been able to knock them down, but he's found other ways to score as he's up to 14 in the scores column.
I agree. Not a good scoring night for him, but as usual, good all-around game. Getting to the free throw line.
More importantly, his team leading by 6. And a series they have not had the most luck in. It's a 36-3 series record the last 35 seasons as Biven knocks down another 3, his fourth one of the night. And that was a good-looking one as that hit nothing but net.
And very, very much needed, I'd say. Get New Albany moving back in the right direction.
Now 49-46, under 7 minutes to play. Garton thought about a 3. Now he's going to back it out as he's checked by Thompson. That's Brandon Northern with the ball in his hands now. It's Dad Bryant Northern, good basketball player at the University of Louisville right down the road from us here. Brandon trying to follow in his father's footsteps. As we are going to get a timeout, a full timeout taken here with 6:34 remaining in this contest. We'll step aside for a break as well. You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School basketball right here on Glycod.
Nobody wants to be told that they have cancer. When you find out that you have cancer, you want to make sure and try to get it treated as quickly as possible. That's what Priority Radiology did for me. The time they saved me from fretting about it is something I can't repay. They got me my results within 3 hours. It's unheard of to get that kind of results that quick. I can't hardly tell you how important that was for my mental state. It really helped me get through that day.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
6:34 remaining in this contest as it's Silver Creek 49, New Albany 46. As we are nearing the end of this contest, it's been a fun afternoon of basketball, however much taking used to that took for us, Paul. It's definitely interesting playing afternoon basketball instead of the night, but Either way, great fun ball game here today.
Yeah, I've gotten so excited watching the game, I think I've messed up the stats. So I have to qualify myself and say these are not official stats when the time comes, okay?
Unofficial stats. Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last time. Silver Creek leading by 3. See if they can add on to that here. If New Albany can claw their way back in. They were nearly able to get the turnover there. But a great job recovering that was Cam Wheeler. Down to 6 minutes left to play.
Very deliberate now with the lead.
I have to be. That's exactly what you have to be, Paul. You got to be deliberate. You can't play to not lose. It's got to show a little bit of patience as Northern misses the wild shot. Biven back the other direction, and that's going to be a blocking call against Hayden Garton. So a couple free throws should be upcoming here for Tucker Biven. Just the second foul of the night on Garton. He's had a quiet night, just the 1 3-pointer back in the first half of play. As Biven's free throw up and no good.
Yep.
They've struggled. Both teams have struggled at points in this ball game tonight.
Yep, 4 of 7 for New Albany from the free throw line. Not many free throws shot, of course. As a matter of fact, Silver Creek is 4 of 7 as well.
As Biven will be able to knock down the second one, however, as that now gives him 13 points. Just a few behind his season average is Garton with the 3, and he can't knock it down. But the offensive rebound pulled in by Trey Shane. 49-47, Silver Creek leading and with the basketball now. Shane thought about a 3. Back in the hands now of Bryant Northern. Now he'll back it up towards the timeline and just reset the offense here.
Using clock.
Yep.
Just using the clock.
Davidson gets the screen. Tries to get it over to Cam Wheeler, who nearly lost it. Now is not the time to have unforced turnovers, and there's one there. As Carter gets to the rack. Can't finish, but a couple free throws upcoming. And no surprise there as he spent a lot of time at the charity stripe tonight.
And he's made them so far as well. I think he was like 4 for 4 there in that middle of the game, we'll say.
See if he's able to knock down a pair here.
Now, hope we don't jinx him. And we didn't.
Not yet. That'll make it 49-48. One more free throw here with an opportunity to knot this thing up for Justin Carter. Couple substitution as Garton comes back in the game. Or no, Garton was in the backcourt. Stricker comes out of the game, I should say. And it's Henderson back in the game for Silver Creek. Second free throw, however, missed by Carter, but he gets his own rebound, drives it up, and he gets it to go. How about that for an effort, as he will have a 3-point play opportunity and a chance to get New Albany back on top by 2. What a wild game this has been. Back and forth we go. Game of runs, if you will.
A lot of basketball to be played.
Absolutely.
Still,
yeah.
Again, the way, it'll be interesting to see if Silver Creek still tries to go that deliberate. Because when they started being that deliberate, as you pointed out, that's where you lose the edge just a little bit instead of continuing to attack.
Referees having a discussion with Brandon Northern and Justin Carter down on the floor. As Carter is able to make the 3-point play. He is up to 22 points. Have to delve in further, but I believe that is the game leader in points scored. 51-49, New Albany leading. Silver Creek leading by 6 after the third quarter of play. As Northern now with the 3, no good. Battle for the rebound, and we're going to get a foul down low. I believe they're going to get Cam Wheeler here, and they will.
Foul number 22, Wheeler.
Now Wheeler waiting over on that Silver Creek sideline. It looks like he's going to stay in the game. Now he probably will be subbed for. That wasn't just his first
personal foul, though, so that won't be the reason.
Got the double bonus now, 10 team fouls against the Creekers, the Dragons.
Creekers.
Big free throws now at this stage of the game.
And up and in. Great looking shot that time.
Substitution.
As Tommy Devine's able to knock it in. Those of you that don't know, Creekers, former name of Silver Creek.
There you go.
That's what the old timers used to call it.
That must mean I'm old.
You said it, not me, Paul.
All right.
Tommy Devine knocks down both free throws. He's up to 6 points on the night now, and New Albany all of a sudden on top by 4, 53-49. Trey Shane with an aggressive take, can't finish.
Yeah, well, New Albany slow things down a little bit. We'll see
It's
here.
been a wild game. Bivin on top now for Thompson, who's driving in, floats it up. Not a great shot at all, and it's going to be evidenced by the miss, and then a foul down low. Thompson upset with himself after that one. Decent crowd here at Silver Creek for this afternoon basketball contest.
Silver Creek now in the bonus.
Free throws the rest of the way for both teams.
Absolutely.
It's going to be Zach Stricker heading to the line.
Just the one in the bonus. And
as he will knock it, yeah. Stricker now at 19 points.
Wow.
Well, that for production other than Brandon Northern. One more opportunity here. Now give him 20. Eight first half points, 12 points here in the second half for Zach Stricker. As his team trailing by 2, 53-51, New Albany leading. As Maddox Schmeltz with it now as he's going to dribble to the left side of the floor.
Smart player is Maddox Schmeltz. Yeah. He avoided getting himself in that trap at half court like a good senior you'd expect to be.
Here's Carter with it, floating it up, no good. The offensive rebound and a couple more free throws upcoming for Tommy Devine. Just knocked down a pair, give him 2 more.
Number 11, Henderson, his first team.
Couldn't be much more important than these are. 53-51. New Albany back in the lead now by 2.
Devine gets the first one to go. His last 3 have looked really good.
They have not touched any iron, have they?
Makes it a 54-51 lead now for the Bulldogs. As Devine's second one is up and good as well. Good looking free throw stroke as he's up to 8 points on the night. Just over 3 minutes to play here in this one. Looks like it's going to be coming down to the wire. Henderson. And a foul down low.
Getting Bivin for guarding. Bivin, yeah, they're just really trying to harass Northern as much as they possibly can.
That's not what you want if you're head coach Jim Shannon. Now Silver Creek with an opportunity to score with no time coming off the clock.
You got Northern on the line, about a 80% free throw shooter.
The last guy you want on the line.
Yeah.
A little bit of chirping from the New Albany bench as Northern's first free throw is up and in. One more opportunity here.
Very important free throws. Just a one-possession game already. Got a lot of clock, 3:02 left.
Eerily quiet in this building as Northern was shooting those free throws, but he does miss the second one. And they're going to say it's New Albany basketball off the deflection.
I think it was a good call. Somebody looked like over the back. Knocked it away from Carter.
Cooper Murley back in the ball game as Henderson will head back to the sideline.
Full court press again.
New Albany leading by 3, 55-52.
In that corner, watch the trap.
As here's Carter. Great athletic
my.
move to get to the rack. Wow.
Basket by Carter.
Carter now with up to 24 points.
Look
As the
out,
three from
look out.
Northern answered on the other end. And then a run out for Schmeltz. The Silver Creek fans and coaching staff wanted a traveling call, but not the case. As New Albany back on top by 4. As Northern gets to the rack, I think they're going to say that one was on the ground.
No, I think he's holding one finger
Oh,
up.
wow.
Yeah, I think he's going to give it to him.
That last bucket by Maddox Schmeltz, by the way, his first of the night.
He doesn't score many points.
No,
He's
no.
not the offensive guy.
Now Northern, before he takes his free throw, we will get a timeout taken by Coach Jim Shannon and the Bulldogs. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside and take a break with them. Stick with us. You're tuned in for Southern Indiana high school basketball right here on Glycod.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glycod.
And back here at Silver Creek High School, 2 minutes and 20 seconds left here in this contest. New Albany ahead by 2 at 59-57, but it will be Brandon Northern at the free throw line coming out of this timeout with a chance for a three-point play, which would get Silver Creek back to 1. Not sure we could have dreamed up a better game here tonight, Paul. It's been a lot of fun.
Going to go down to the wire, as they say. Looks like, anyway. Both teams have had stretches, streaks, if you will, where they've had a commanding lead, sort of. 10 points for New Albany. I think Silver Creek might have been ahead, 6 or 8 at one point. But these free throws now become super, super important.
See if Northern's able to knock it through.
Missed the last one. It was 1 for 2 the last time he towed the line.
Eyes the rim. And he will complete the three-point play. Brandon Northern getting his numbers up there.
1 point game.
Up to 21 points now for Northern. As New Albany indeed does lead by 1 as we've got just 2 minutes left. Stricker with a hand in the passing lane, nearly taking that one away.
So where do they go to? That's the question. What does Coach Shannon want to do here?
I think they are going right where they are right now with the ball in Carter's hands. See him go to work on Shane as he will float it up and finish.
Oh, my.
Unbelievable effort tonight by Justin Carter as his team now leads by 3, 61-58. Cooper Murley with it. Murley could shoot. I don't know why he doesn't in that situation as the defenders were slacked off of him. Now Shane will shoot, and once again not able to hit the three, but a great job by Nate Davidson tracking down the rebound. Down to 75 seconds left. Silver Creek trailing by 3 with the basketball. As that's Brandon Northern with it now, looking to put some moves on his man. Gets it into the corner now for Stricker, and we're going to get a timeout taken here with 1 minute left in this ball game. New Albany 61, Silver Creek 58. As this is a barn burner coming down the stretch. We'll keep it here through this break. Justin Kalin and Paul Love for you. Can't forget Colby Martin, our man Colby Martin, producing and camera work tonight as he has to do a little double duty this afternoon, but he's done a fine job, and so have the players on the floor, Paul. A great fun game of basketball here tonight. Hard to believe it's a three-point game. We talked in the pregame before we came on air. Didn't really know what to expect coming into this ball game. This is better than any expectations I could have had.
Yeah, it's really been a good ball game. I thought the first half was awfully slow. Not very aggressive by either team, but boy, turned that around the second half. New Albany, really bad third quarter, just shooting, what do we have them for? third quarter, 3 of 12 from the field. So allowed Silver Creek to come back because they were so hot, 10 of 15 from the field. And it's just been back and forth ever since then. Down to 1 minute to go and a 3-point lead for the Bulldogs.
We'll see how Silver Creek plays things here coming out of the timeout. Somewhat of a necessary timeout as the trap was enabled for New Albany. They called the timeout to get out of it. We'll see what Coach Hoffman drew up as they inbounds it for Stricker.
Dangerous pass, I thought.
Very dangerous pass. As Henderson back in the game now for Silver Creek in this final minute.
He walked.
He did walk.
Is that young man played up to this point?
He has played sparingly here tonight. Yeah, that was Bryce Henderson.
Yeah, didn't recognize him.
5'11" sophomore. I'd venture to say he's probably been out there 4 or 5 minutes tonight.
Okay. A lot of substitution throughout the night.
Absolutely, yes.
But, at this time of the year, they're playing 7 or 8 guys usually straight through.
As New Albany now with the basketball, leading by 3. As Silver Creek going to try to trap, and then they just go for the foul. And I don't know that that's the guy you want to foul, as Tommy Devine has gone 4 for 4 from the stripe here in this fourth quarter.
At the line, Devine.
None more important than these. They're in the double bonus, so he does get the 2 shots.
He does. As Devine with a deep breath. And he misses the first one. Big miss there. Silver Creek needs a little bit of help at this point, and they got it there.
I was going to say one free throw would make that 4-point lead, 3-point or a 2-possession game.
Nate Davidson comes out of the game for the Dragons as Walker Hoffman makes his way back on. Devine's second free throw is up and in. That now gives him 9 points on the night. Silver Creek rolling it to Northern, who fires a 3.
You gotta be kidding me. That was not
quick
a good
shot and a good pass up floor for Thompson, who lays it up and in. As he's got 7 points now, and that New Albany lead back up to 6 with under 30 seconds to go. Northern's 3, no good, as Thompson tracks down the rebound. And then they're going to get a foul against Silver Creek. Wow. And then a technical foul following that. Looked like Stricker might have said something to the official after he was blown for the foul. So we're going to have free throws and technical free throws upcoming.
Chris Cook, the official, he's not going to, I'm telling you what, he will not tolerate any feedback from the players.
As that was evidenced by the technical, now we're going to get another technical. I think they might have just called this one against Hoffman. So this game at the end here just getting out of control.
You hate to see that.
You do. The score line is going to not look as good as this game has been throughout.
We have a personal foul number 36.
As Thompson will be the one shooting the free throws.
We have 2 technical fouls.
Wow, that's 4 free throws.
Yeah.
And the ball.
Yeah, they got one against Stricker, and I believe they got one against Hoffman as well.
I think he can start the bus now with 22 seconds.
Yeah, starting the bus for New Albany as they are on the road tonight with a big win, and the Lady Dragons walking through the gym right now as they will leave and head for Charlestown High School. Best of luck to them tonight as they take on Gibson Southern to try to bring home a regional championship for Silver Creek. As the first free throw by Thompson is good.
So you're going to shoot 4 of them?
I would imagine so. As he hits the second one as well. He might be hitting 6. I believe he was the guy that got fouled. He might be shooting 6 free throws.
I've never heard of that before. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that. Guys step into the line, shoot 6 free throws.
There is number 3. He's connected on all of them thus far. And that New Albany lead up to 9 now. As here he gets the basketball again. Connects on it, so 4 for 4.
2 more shots.
And then, yeah, he walked away from the line. Coach Shannon said, "You got 2 more, bud."
I've never
Unbelievable,
seen,
yeah.
not seen this one before.
6 straight. How about that for padding his stats?
He missed one.
Finally misses one.
I don't think it matters at this stage. Got that back up to a 10-point lead, don't we?
And also got him into double-digit scoring now.
Like you said, though, it doesn't reflect kind of game this was.
No, it's really unfortunate. The final scoreline will not be indicative of how close and good this ball game was. As New Albany ahead 69-58. Coach Shannon going to take a 30-second timeout, I imagine. This is just to rotate some players in, some of the younger guys who rarely get a chance to play, but, might want to get them out there to get some varsity action here.
He used to use the expression, show some class and not your – no, never mind. I won't say that.
Yeah, we better not on that one.
Okay.
As some folks filing out here of Silver Creek High School, potentially heading right down the street to Charlestown High School as well.
Not a big crowd today.
Nope.
For an afternoon game. Again, with Silver Creek in the girls in that regional final.
At times tonight during this broadcast, I felt like maybe I'm the loudest one in this gymnasium, which is never a great feeling.
No. I told you earlier, I thought it was kind of cool in here for a Saturday afternoon. The boilers aren't boiling or something.
No people packing it in. Yeah. As here we go with New Albany. They lead 69-58 as we're down to 22 seconds left. I imagine Silver Creek's going to call off the dogs here. And they will, as it's inbounded to Thompson. He will get it back to the midcourt line. And we are just going to dribble this thing out as Justin Carter has it for New Albany. They are going to pick up a big win as they will move up to 10-8 on the season. Yeah, and there is the 5-second call. Yep. You were all over that one. Carter can't believe it, but it does nothing at this point in the ball game.
That's the rule, son. You can't just stand there and dribble.
Silver Creek, by the way, will move to 8-11 on the season as Davidson one final heave at 3, no good. And that will bring us to an end of our broadcast here, or of the game rather. We still got some broadcasting to do. We'll do that on the other side of this break. You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School basketball right here on Glycod.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
What? No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Find a wide selection of batteries for all types of vehicles at their locally owned Jeffersonville location, 1510 Production Road.
And back here at Silver Creek High School, where we have wrapped up our Southern Indiana high school basketball game here today, as it's New Albany 69-58 victorious over the Dragons of Silver Creek in a wacky fun game in which the scoreline not indicative at all of how close this game was. A close game that went back and forth at times. Both teams had really good runs. New Albany with a great second quarter, Silver Creek with a great third quarter, but in the end it's an 11-point lead or win for the Bulldogs, Paul.
It was a good game. I enjoyed the game thoroughly. Both teams playing hard. Like we said, not a really exciting first half, but boy, the second half really got it going again with the back and forth and so on. So it's just a shame it had to end with a technical foul.
Yep, and it's going to be one that goes in the record books as a win for New Albany, up to 10-8 rather on the season. Silver Creek will drop to 8-11 as. Let's go ahead and take a look at let's give you a quarter breakdown first. Silver Creek with a 1-point lead, 13-12 after the first quarter of play. They then were trailing by 10 at the halftime break, 34-24, before coming out in the third quarter, utilizing a 25-9 third quarter to give them complete control of this game, but then they were able to give it right back to New Albany in that fourth quarter as New Albany goes away 69-58. Now let's get to our stats from this ball game. Of course, our final stats, a look at the final numbers, are brought to you by German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. I'll get it out eventually, Paul. Let's go ahead and take a look at our final team stats here.
Okay, look at Silver Creek first. 22 of 52 from the field, 42%. Really fell off from that third quarter somehow or another, just 2 of 11 in that vital fourth quarter where they let it get away from them. Continuing on, three-point shooting, 6 of 21 for the Dragons, 29%, 8 of 12 free throws, 67%. New Albany, on the other hand, shoots 45% for the game. I have them 22 of 49. I had them 6 of 17 from beyond the arc, 35%. A lot of free throws, 17 of 23, 74%. Free throws really helped them. Errors, really a clean game. I thought Silver Creek had just 5 errors on my chart. New Albany just 9. Anytime you can go under 10, that's a pretty darn good game.
Yeah.
I have New Albany out rebounding the Dragons, 32-25.
There you go. There's a look.
The team.
Your team stats. Now let's turn our attention to individual statistics. Both teams with 7 scores tonight. Justin Carter led the way for everybody with 26 for New Albany. Tucker Biven, 13 points. Jaden Thompson, thanks to the 6 free throws at the end of the game, ends with 12 points. Tommy Devine, 9. Maddox Schmeltz, 2. Chase Lush with 4. And Future Brooks with 3 for Silver Creek. They, too, had 7 scores, as it was Brandon Northern, leading the way with 21. Zach Stricker with a great game right behind him with 20 points. You had Nate Davidson with 6, Trey Shane with 4, Hayden Garten with 3, and Cameron Wheeler and Walker Hoffman both with 2. There's a look at your individual scoring numbers for tonight. We will step aside one final time, come back on the other side, and we will give you your most outstanding players as well as let you know what's upcoming next here on Glycod. Stick with us. You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School basketball right here on Glycod.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it is not right for teens. Paid for by Drug-Free Communities, the Department of Mental Health and Addictions, and Our Place.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd's Knobs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
Skyline for me is like my second home. So I started off at drive-thru, and then the next thing I know, I was serving full-time. My favorite regulars are always the ones with the kids. We're just laughing, talking, you know, catching up on whatever's going on in our lives. Sometimes when I'm working the drive-thru, I'll hear a specific voice, and I know exactly who it is. When they pull around, I'm so excited to see them, and they're just as happy to see me. Skyline is more than just a restaurant to me. It's a fun place to work, and it's a fun place to eat.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
And back here at Silver Creek High School, one final time this evening, where it was New Albany beating the Silver Creek Dragons 69-58. But we have got to name some outstanding players. Tonight's most outstanding players are brought to you by Skyline Chili on Grant Line near 265. If it's game time, it's Skyline time. Coach, we've had certainly more difficult decisions to make this season.
Yep.
Tonight's game, pretty easy one for our most outstanding players.
I think so, too. There were several outstanding players,
sure.
But what we give the award to, first of all, for New Albany, Carter, Jocelyn Carter, got the points, 26 points, but really, moves to the basket. Not too many outside shots, but boy, does he attack the rim and can get there easily. So congratulations to him. Over on the Silver Creek side, you look at Brandon Northern. I bet he's got that award before, had 21 points. But I think overall, the guy that scores really double his average. I think he was averaging about 10 points a game. Zach Stricker ended up with 20 points tonight, and there were big baskets throughout the ball game. So congratulations to Zach Stricker.
Yeah, and then we talked about it in the pregame. Silver Creek needed scoring from elsewhere other than Northern. Stricker did that tonight. Make sure you can nominate your favorite student athlete for Glycod's Most Outstanding Student Athlete Award. This winter, a male and female high school student will be recognized for their outstanding academic and athletic achievements during the fall sports season. For more information and to submit an applicant, visit glycod.com. Before we get out of here, I certainly want to thank all of our basketball sponsors. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention and shout out Colby Martin, our producer and cameraman tonight, working double duties behind us here to get this game on for you all. Also want to thank Ron Eads for sending us New Albany statistics. We utilized a number of those tonight, so shout out to Ron Eads. Couldn't have done it without you, and definitely wouldn't have had as much information. Same goes for Steve Bird, executive producer of Glycod, always taking care of us, getting us the most up-to-date information about each team. Before we get out of here, Paul, any final thoughts?
Well, New Albany's back on track again. They're going to face a good an improving Jeffersonville team next week, though. So, again, they've got their 4 games ahead of them, as does Silver Creek. But certainly Silver Creek has nothing to be ashamed of here tonight. Played a good basketball game, just came up a little bit short.
Absolutely. Up next on Glycod, by the way, you can catch more Southern Indiana high school basketball as Bloomington North will be taking on Floyd Central on February 19th, and then New Albany at Bloomington North on February 25th and the regular season finale. For the most in-depth coverage of Southern Indiana high school sports, visit glycod.com and join us next week for more high school basketball. Tonight's on-site producer and cameraman, Colby Martin, Glycod executive producer, Steve Bird. For Paul Love, I'm Justin Kalen saying so long. It's New Albany 68, Silver Creek 58, right here on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
I was at practice one day, kind of made a cut through the lane, and I noticed that I landed on my knee a little weird. I saw my trainer here at school, and they highly recommended that I go to Priority Radiology. Any athlete, when you do go down with an injury, the first thing you think about is just how long that you're going to be out. Going to Priority Radiology, where I could get my results back quickly, made a big difference because I wasn't left waiting for weeks before I could even start a treatment. I was able to get what I needed right away.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
We've always gone to Skyline. As soon as we get there, the girls run to make sure that we can get the counter. It's kind of neat for the kids to sit there and watch their food being made.
It's like right in front of you, showing kind of like how it's actually done. It's awesome because it's a Skyline thing.
Very, very, very awesome.
Where else can you go and play and entertain yourself and eat, you know?
Nobody has a counter like Skyline. It's just the best.
From Glycod, this has been Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball. Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, striving to keep you driving. Tonight's game was also brought to you by Interstate Batteries, the car battery auto techs prefer. By Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page, he puts you in good hands. By the Clark County Health Department, promoting a safe and healthy community. ClarkHealth.net. By Community Action of Southern Indiana, helping people, changing lives. By Centra Credit Union. Carter Family Dentistry in New Albany. State Farm Insurance Agent Teresa Lamb. Our Place. Burns Garage. Priority Radiology. And Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @GlyCod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from GlyCod.